This is the 4th generation iPod Touch LCD and Digitizer installation guide. So what you want to do is have your iTool aside. It should have been sent with your screen. If you did not receive one, feel free to contact us and we'll get you one ASAP. Your iTool should come with a suction cup on it. You do not need that for this installation. Your iTool has a safe pry tool on one side as well as a Phillips head screwdriver on the other. If you have a blow dryer will help loosen up the adhesive and make removal of the glass much easier. If you do have a refrigerator magnet, make sure to use it. It does help keep your screws in order. They are different sizes, so you do not want to get them mixed up. So first what you want to do is use your hair dryer if you are going to use one and run it over the edge of the iPod screen, and that will loosen up the adhesive, making it easier to remove the glass. After you're done heating it up, place the safe pry tool in between the glass and the plastic mid frame and pry up on the glass. Go along all of the edges, make sure it's loose all the way around before you lift up, because you can damage the LCD if it's stuck in any one spot and you're lifting up, putting pressure unevenly anywhere. So after you're done loosening up all of the adhesive, you can go ahead and open it from the bottom up. There is the LCD ribbon cable which is connected, and on a general basis, while you're opening this up, it'll unclip like so. This little connector right here will lift up on its own, and the digitizer ribbon cable will still be connected. That is underneath the motherboard, so be careful of that. We're going to have to remove that later. There still should be adhesive holding the screen to the iPod, so go ahead and very lightly lean the screen sideways, and that'll remove the adhesive. And then you can separate the screen from the iPod. Once again, be careful, this ribbon cable is still connected. After you're done removing the screen, what you're going to want to do is use a screwdriver and remove the 8 screws that hold the back plate in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After you remove the 8 screws, you want to use your safe pry tool and lift up on the back plate in this corner right here. The speaker is glued to this back plate right here, so you want to very slowly push the iTool in, pressing the back plate away from the speaker. And you can twist it a little bit and it'll lift the back plate up. After the back plate has been lifted away from the speaker, hold the back plate up in this corner while you use the pry tool and press down on the motherboard. The back plate may be stuck a little bit more than this one. Sometimes it will be stuck pretty good, so you will need to use the iTool and press down on the motherboard while you're lifting up on this. It's very careful, very delicate though, so be careful because you do not want to damage this ribbon cable right here. That controls the volume buttons and the power button. After you're done removing the back plate, go ahead and set it aside. And then what you're going to want to do is remove the 2 screws at the top of the iPod. There's one right here next to the LCD PCB connector, and there's one over here holding your Wi-Fi antenna in. Remove both of those. After you've removed those 2, what you can then do is lift up on your motherboard very lightly. And you want to lift up on the right top hand corner and pull up and out. And the top half of the motherboard should pop out from the case of the iPod. Once again, be very careful not to rip the ribbon cable. After you've lifted it up like so, what you want to do is disconnect this connector from the motherboard by pressing down with the safe pry tool. Sometimes there is a gold tape covering this right here. You're going to need to remove that before the connector will come apart. After you disconnect that, you can go ahead and remove the LCD screen and place that aside and get your new one. Now on your old LCD screen, there's generally a metal plate right here. If on your new LCD screen there's no metal plate, then you're going to need to take this metal plate off your old one and place it on your new one. If that is necessary, it helps keep the screen inside of the iPod. After you've installed the clip onto the new LCD, you can go ahead and install it into the iPod. What you're going to want to do is go ahead and clip the connector back in, and everything else is reverse the process of which you took it apart.